New York, Old Arts Academy. New York, Old Arts Academy. For the dead, we set my heart.
Hey everyone. Welcome to the stream. We'll get started very soon. I'm really excited for today's webinar. We are going to talk about shooting in real life.
I'm adding myself in.
What's up?
So,
Victor, I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me? I don't know why you can't hear me.
I can see that you're speaking because I see your
I can hear you.
Waveform thingy, but
can people out there hear me? Yes. All right, hold on a second. See that?
Oh,
they hear both
Mitzi
of us.
Mouse says, I hear both of you.
There we go. That's
Welcome,
it.
Mitzi Mouse.
So it's on your
you've
end,
been
Rachel.
Here before. Glad to see you back. I haven't seen you comment before. But if you're new, I'm so glad you're here. I am going to refresh real quick. Refresh my browser, that is.
Uh-oh, now what's happening? Oh. All of the countdown went away because she was in control of the countdown. So the countdown disappeared because you were in control of the countdown. I don't know if you can hear me. Rachel, can you hear me?
New York, Old Arts Academy.
Rachel, can you hear me? I don't know if she can hear me. All right, everybody. Oh, there she goes with the countdown.
Why can't I hear you?
I don't know. I'm talking to, for those of you out there who are watching.
There you are. There you are.
Oh, you got it. Nice.
I think it's a problem with my cord.
Were you hearing music?
Yeah, I was.
You were hearing music, but not my voice.
Correct.
Weird.
Yeah, very weird. And then I like slightly rotated my cord in my headphones.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, cool. We have some more people. Yeah, hey everybody, welcome if you're new. I'm so glad you're here, and welcome back if you're not new. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell. It's free. It takes you 2 seconds, and it helps us and you. Maybe even share this. So I'm really excited for today because we've talked a lot about making content, editing content, but now we're going to talk about shooting content in person, which we haven't hit on.
Right. What we're going to really talk about today. I mean, we'll talk about it when the timer is up, but we're going to talk about really everything that I know how to do to make the process of making content easier.
Yep. Which we've talked a lot about before, but not in this specific context.
Right, exactly, because we've been focusing a lot on like being at your computer and making stuff, but we haven't really talked a lot about like, you know, if you're creating content for whatever you're doing and you are also like, shooting yourself in the real world or talking to the camera and stuff like that. Like there's all kinds of things you can do to also make it easier as well.
Yeah. I know a couple of years ago on some older episodes, we touched on stuff like this, but I don't think we've done anything quite like this.
Well, then I guess we're going to do it in about 5 minutes. This actually is going to be easy. So what we're going to do is I'm mostly going to talk, and then I will also, when I talk, I'm also going to talk about like products, things that I use. And then when I do that, I want you to bring them up on screen. Just kind of like Google along with whatever we're talking about, just so people can see what we're talking about.
Do you maybe have a list of what those things will be?
No, but I'll try to give you a heads up as we're doing it.
You got it. Hey everyone, what are you excited to learn about? And do you have any questions yet? Let us know what they are.
New York Alt Arts Academy. New York Arts Academy.
It's hilarious.
Very.
Song.
Yeah. We should make a few more. I think this one's my favorite. Oh, that's a quick one. I feel like the other ones are more pop punk, and this one is more punk.
All right.
Yep. All right. Not a third time. Yeah, like this is one of the pop punk ones. All right, about 3 minutes to go. Get hype. Y'all out there, are you hype? Because I'm hype. And if you're not hype, get hype. Meow.
Oh, let me get these cats some snacks so they don't bug me. Hold on.
Arts Academy.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. We have just about a minute to go, a little under. And it just occurred to me I need to replace the link in the banner. Yeah, that's right, everybody. Join our newsletter.
we just got some negative feedback from somebody who's upset because there was a countdown timer when they tuned in.
I mean,
I know, it's really funny. They send a nasty email. I think it's really funny when people send nasty emails. Like, it's the first time that I hear from them, and they're just like, just send some sort of nasty email. I'm just like, oh, that's who you are? Okay. Interesting.
oh, like they were giving feedback on, but what email did they send it to?
They sent it to Magic Book of Fire.
Oh, all right. What did they say?
Oh, we're not going to get into it right now. But
all right.
Let's get into this this thing here.
Yeah.
All right.
Oops. Okay.
Yep, there we go. Okay. Hey, everybody. We're in. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So this is actually not going to be that crazy of a class. What we're going to talk about today on the Arts Academy podcast. Hi, everybody. It is the Arts Academy podcast. I'm Dean Victor Varnado.
And I'm Rachel Teichman, LCSW.
All right. So what we're going to talk about today is bulk shooting and tricks that I use to make bulk shooting doable. What today is really all about is when you have to produce content, like if you're going to produce a podcast or you're going to produce whatever it is you're going to produce a lot of videos for your own social media, whatever you're doing. If you are a small creator, you're going to be doing a lot of this work a lot, and you're going to be doing it thousands and thousands of times in a row sometimes. So you have to build systems that make it easy for you to actually produce stuff. And that's what we're going to talk about today. There's 3 areas in which we're going to talk about at least a couple of my biggest positive tricks for doing things. That is writing, shooting, and editing. Okay. And so I'm just going to tell you just everything that I do in those areas that is the most useful for me to make it so that I can create content quickly and just get things done. That's what we're talking about today. Any questions from you, Rachel?
No.
All right, no questions from Rachel, everybody. That means that the explanation was okay. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started from the top. Okay, the idea, for instance, let's say that the root of your social media content is a podcast, and that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people do a podcast, sort of like this, where the root of their social media content is they'll have a podcast, and then that podcast will generate a lot of short clips that they will use to be their reels or whatever they need. I did that thumbs down by accident. But they'll do short clips, which they'll use to be their reels or whatever. But then the process that they have to create for doing the process for doing their podcast, the process for picking those clips, the process for creating those clips and putting them out there. That's the type of thing where you want to systemize that as much as possible. There are ways to systemize things with AI, of course, but right now we're just going to talk about things that I personally do that help me be organized and create things faster. First of all, one of the big ones is in writing is I have a spreadsheet for all of my social media ideas. I'm just actually going to show you. I'm going to show you one of the spreadsheets right now. This is one that I have that I'm working on that I'm not actually done with yet, but I'm going to show you what I've got so far because I think it is interesting. All right, so this is a spreadsheet that I have for ideas for things that I'm going to do for Magic Book of Fire social. What? Rachel, easy on the buttons, Rachel.
Sorry, I was just trying to make it full screen to make it easier to see.
All right, so this is a spreadsheet that I have for ideas for Magic Book of Fire social media. The interesting thing about this is I also have a shortcut to this on my phone. So anytime that I think of an idea, I can easily like pull this up, drop it in. And then another thing that I do when I have ideas like this is I'll also have like a place. Well, I haven't put it in here yet, but a place usually to like have links. So if I have references that I want for those ideas, so that by the time that I want to come and sit down and actually write on a subject, I know exactly what it's about. I know where all the material is. I just have everything I need so that I can just sit down and start writing. I try to like compartmentalize the compartmental. I try to make it compartmentalize those things that are separate for me. Like gathering material and actually being creative are very separate things, and so I try to make sure that like gathering material has its own like system, so that when I want to sit down and create, all I have to do is create. And so I think this is my biggest thing, is just like always having within like a click away just like a dumping ground for all of my ideas that I can access from every device. Like that's one of the biggest things that I have in that area that's like a positive. Do you have anything like that for yourself, Rachel?
Like lists of ideas? Kind of. It's much less organized, but I should really organize mine like yours. It's my methodology for keeping track of ideas is a combination of setting reminders on my phone, and then when I don't get to it, it just stays there for a while. Like I have an idea all the way back from COVID times that I never carried out, and then sometimes I put it in my notes app. Stuff like that. And sometimes I can find it, see it, get back to it. Sometimes I don't.
Gotcha. Okay. Well then, but that's interesting to know. Definitely. So next up, I want to talk, we're talking about writing, and next up, I want to talk about like my favorite things that I do for shooting. And then I shoot 3 different ways. I'll either I'll shoot in front of my computer like I'm shooting right now. 2, I will shoot in like a studio session inside my house. Like I'll have like a camera that'll point to me sitting on the couch or something like that, and I'll have that set up. And then 3, I'll shoot like on the go, like on the road, like out in public. And then I'm just going to talk about like the things that I do to make sure that those setups are like as easy as possible to do each of those things. Okay. So let's talk about in front of the computer. So in front of the computer, the thing that I do that makes shooting really easy is, number 1, I have a webcam that is always on and always set up and ready to go. 2, I have lighting in the back, which is just a lamp that I also use for just like the normal room light. So it automatically makes the background look good. And so the normal room light is just set in such a way that it's cool. 3, I have very, very, very cheap lights. That one that I have here that is just like on my wall with Velcro. One that I have here. So that I know that making content is just part of my work, but I have room in my office so that I can just put lights there that can be room lights, but also lights that if I want to actually start shooting, that they're always ready and ready to go. They're always ready to go. So I basically have a station set up where it's always ready to shoot. My microphone is always here. It is on a movable arm that I got for like, I would say like $20 off of Amazon. It's just, I have it set up so that if I want to at any time, I can sit down, look at this camera, and then have material that is good enough to put out online so that I can just be creative instantly. Also, one of the best things about being creative or recording here is that I also use a program called Descript. Now, I think I've talked about Descript before because it's an editing program, but also what Descript has is a recording setup. So you can record yourself, you can record your screen. It'll automatically transcribe you while you're doing it. Also, it has a built-in teleprompter so that you can put it underneath your camera while you're talking. So I can
it's brand new.
Yeah, it's brand new. So it has all of that set up all together so that you can very quickly get to recording. And in fact, if I'm using Descript, which we're also going to talk about Descript in editing as well, but I'm just saying that if I'm using Descript and I have an idea for a video, I can have an idea for a video and be done with the video that's a couple of minutes long and edited very well and looks good in like 2 hours from idea to like finished video. It's totally possible, which is great. Okay. So then that's the way that I set it up when I'm like at the computer. Another way that I shoot is like in a mini studio setup, like in my house or in my kitchen or whatever. And in those cases, what I do is I actually have a shooting station set up again. So like in my actual like TV room, that's where I would shoot myself talking to the camera. And so I actually just have a camera that is a Sony A7S. It might be an A7S2 or Sony A7S at the very least. It's Sony A7S. It's just a camera that I just have permanently set up so that at any time that I want to, I can just turn it on, sit down, and start shooting. I also have a microphone set up that I can plug into the camera. The microphone setup that I have is the same microphone setup that I will talk about when I talk about shooting outside. But I just have it all set up so that if I want to, it's just like in the corner of my room, so I can just turn it on, and then so that I can shoot. The camera takes an SD card, which also fits into my Mac Studio, so that I can easily transfer the footage when it's done as well. I always just try to make it as simple as possible to do each step. And I think once you set this stuff up, then because you know you have to do social media as part of your job, as like whatever. That's just part of, running a business nowadays, is doing some form of social media. But if you kind of like set yourself up with stations, it's almost like having a place for your keys. Just like if you can find the space to set things up so that you can easily do these tasks, which have to be done as part of your social media production, like you will thank yourself. And I do a lot more than other people do, and for instance, like I shoot a lot more different stuff. I'm a filmmaker, so sometimes like there's things that I want that other people won't need, but I'm just kind of like telling you like the things that I do to make sure that it happens. I also do the same thing as far as like transferring footage when I'm shooting outside. So let's talk about shooting outside. What I do, shooting outside is, I think, my favorite setup so far, because I've gotten it down to like such a science. I shoot outside with an old phone. So I have my old phone, which is just cracked, but the internals work fine, so it can shoot video. I have my old phone, and then I bought a wireless mic that plugs into my old phone. So it's two wireless mics that plug into my old phone, and they all like hook and sync up automatically. So at any time, I can shoot outside. I can shoot outside with, this fits in a pocket in a backpack, where I have enough to like have professional sounding audio and to shoot with the phone. And then on top of that, I will always have like a phone stand for shooting as well. So at any time, I could set up my phone stand, set up this phone, pop in this mic, give another mic to a friend or a person I'm trying to interview. And then have like a completely professional level of audio, which is the most important part of any video, trust me. A professional level of audio so that I could use it for anything. And then the best part is just like you need to get the pieces so that in the end you can edit together something good. And so if getting the pieces is simple, then you can always get that high quality, material that you need. I use it also when I do stand-up comedy. I use that exact same setup for stand-up comedy, where I can just like I can either use the phone that have the extra phone, or I can actually just shoot with my own phone, because the mic system also works in my current phone as well too. So I can just mix and match things however I want to make sure that it works all the time.
I have something to add to this.
Yes.
Which is something like really funny, really creative, which I learned about last night. I guess I didn't learn about the concept, but anyway, I am in a sports league, and someone mic'd themselves and attached a camera to like one of the basketball hoops. We don't play basketball, but they attached it to the basketball hoop. And so basically they were just acting normally, having regular conversations, playing the sport, while also there was like a wide shot of playing. And so like they have all that audio and they can like cut it together and cut it over the video like as a narration, and it ends up producing some very funny stuff, but you can also create all kinds of stuff with that. So like
Yeah,
if you're doing
I think that's a great idea. I mean,
Yeah.
and just to like even generalize it more, it's just like your friend had a microphone that they could wear, and then they set up their camera just somewhere shooting
Mhm.
them doing like an activity. Like it could have been
Yeah.
anything. They could have been
Right.
milling around at a party. Like it
Right.
could have been anything. And so they just set the camera up and they just got what they got, and now they just have a bunch of extra footage of them doing whatever.
Yeah, and I thought it was genius. I mean, I guess I've heard of it before, but I was like, wow, that's such a great idea. Like it creates good documentary content. It creates whatever kind of content you could go for, and it's funny to have that like ongoing, regular conversation with people on the mic.
Yeah, I mean, but then of course also make sure that people know that they're in general that they're being recorded.
They didn't really, but everybody could see the mic, but nobody said anything until one person asked. They were like, "Is that a mic?" And then they were like, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing." But
yeah, I mean, of course, legally you don't necessarily have to if it's in a public place, but you know, it's a good idea to let people know they're being recorded.
is it considered public? I'm not sure.
I don't know where you were, so I can't tell you, but
I was
I'm
in
saying
an
that
elementary
legally,
school gymnasium playing in an adult sports league.
well, I guess then it depends on the school and whatever laws are around that, but I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, okay. So then let's talk about the third thing, which is editing. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, hands down, the best tool for editing social media content right now that I'm using is Descript, and
Which we've talked about a lot before.
yeah, we have talked about this a lot. With Descript, I can record myself. I can transcribe. It has built-in royalty. It has built-in royalty cleared music, built-in royalty cleared B-roll graphics. It has it has visual effects, automatic transitions. You can build screens as easily as you could build like a PowerPoint slide, but then it can add animations and stuff to it. It's pretty powerful, like what it can do. And so I'm gonna say that like if I can sit with the script, look at the camera, come up with an idea, record it and edit it and put it out, and I could just do that in my seat in like 2 hours and have like a high quality video, like very high quality. You know what? I'm going to show you a 45-second video that I made with Descript recently. This is actually really interesting, I think, because also this is okay. So this is my voice. This is me performing, but then I performed the original voiceover. But then I used 11 Labs to turn my voice into a woman's voice because I knew it was better for this particular video. So hold on a second. Let me bring this up.
Yeah, and while he brings that up, something to add to that is what was I going to say? It was about the script. It was about, I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me. Oh, we have comments. Jokus Gaming says hello, and then says in all caps, "Hello, someone here?" Yeah, we are. Can you hear us? And I guess I'll put a comment in there as well.
So what I'm going to show you is a video done with Descript. And I think the thing about Descript that is really distinctive for a lot of people is with Descript, you put in your video of yourself talking, it transcribes it, and then you can edit the transcription like a word processor. So you can edit it like you would edit text, and that will cut the video. So you can just you can edit it like you would a Word document, and you can edit your video that way too, which is really, really interesting.
Yes, and I just remembered what I was going to say, which about Descript, which is another really important feature to point out is their studio sound. So if you don't have like an external high quality mic setup, and all you have is your phone, something like that, you can take that audio, which may not be the best, and then apply studio sound to it. And Descript actually does a really great job with it.
Yeah, they seem like they're pretty adamant about like just trying to make the best content creation tool that they can. And I'm going to show you this video, which is just this, like you can like everything in this was done with Descript, except I would say for the music I got from somewhere else, but everything else.
Yeah, and with some of the Descript limitations, you could always take what you have and then bring it to something like Premiere Pro.
I don't know. Oh, this is weird. I don't know if I can to share audio, share a tab instead. Oh, here we go. Got to share a tab, and I don't know which tab I got to share.
Oh, yeah, because you can use Descript in a browser as well, if you didn't know that. Not you, but the audience.
Hold on a second. No, this is. I'm just trying to share. I'm just trying to get. I don't know. I can't share. You know what? Sorry, they're not going to see it. They're not going to see it. It's not coming up.
What? It's not in the browser? It won't come up in browser?
It's the tab that I want to share is not visible, and I don't know why.
Oh, why don't you just open a new tab and go to Descript.com and share it that way? I'm not trying
to share Descript. I'm just trying to share YouTube, and it's not doing that correctly.
Oh, well, I can do that. What's it called?
Oh wait, no, I got it working. Sorry,
all right.
Sorry, okay. You're gonna see this is a 30-second video. 30-second video, 33 seconds. So it's nice and simple. It's now sharing audio, and here it is. Boom, there it is. Here we go.
Hey, this is Hi There Chat, an intelligent chat bot that makes your business more money, period. It handles customer service and sales. It knows your business. It knows your inventory. Every time someone visits your site, Hi There Chat dramatically increases the chances they become your customer. It's a 24/7 digital employee that speaks 45 plus languages. While you sleep, it's working. It's truly set it and forget it. Honestly, I don't know what else to tell you. Go to hithere.chat and see it in action.
That is so weird that that's my voice, but
yeah, that is weird. And what is hithere.chat aside from the explanation in the video?
Not important to get into right now, but I do want to show everybody something else really quick. Is because I mean that was great, but the thing that is missing from that I want people to be able to see is I want them to be able to see here's one. Okay, so this one is
real quick. We have a comment from Jay Trinidad. Welcome back, Jay Trinidad. It says DaVinci Resolve is also good for free. The studio version is insanely good. Yeah, thanks for that tip. There are a lot of free versions of softwares out there, including Descript. So yeah, if you're feeling limited, there are options.
Yeah, and the reason that I wanted to bring this one up here is because this one you can also see a shot. What a great freeze frame.
had an idea.
So you can see a shot of me. So this is shooting. This is me shooting into script. So because I realized that last video actually didn't show like me in the studio, like talking. And so this is like
How
me shooting
Superman
into
breaks
script and
physics.
then
And
the
it's
script
a nerdy
editing, all
science
of that
raffle.
together, which I think is like something that just wasn't featured in the last video. That's all. That's it.
Oh, that's the whole workshop.
That is the whole workshop. Those are tips and tricks that I use to make the shooting process easier. We talked about editing. I will say that just like hands down, the script has helped me save like quite a bit of time with editing.
Yep.
And then, but beyond that, I would say that like the tips that I gave you about shooting and just about like having stations for the type of shooting that you're doing, having a system set up so that you can easily off-put your footage, just like making everything that you have to do over and over again, just have a simple system set up that is repeatable, not always trying to figure out like, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to get this footage in this time? Where's my card reader? Like, just have a simple system set up so that the non-creative parts don't bog you down.
Yeah, and that's a theme that I think we repeat pretty much every week, pretty much every webinar, is find a simple, repeatable system to create high quality content. We have a comment from Plumstone. Welcome back, Plumstone. Plumstone says, "Ugh, I got here late and missed everything. Oh well, that's what replays are for." Smiley face. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here, Plumstone. And yes, I will leave it up for a little bit so you can re-watch it.
Right on.
And Plumstone, leave us questions and comments after you watch, and we'll get to you.
And remember, so we're almost to the end of this. We've been doing a special series. It's all about content creation and social media. And we're almost to the end of that series, which is actually going to be kind of interesting too, because we're going to take all those series and turn them into a book using the Magic Bookifier tools. But
what's Magic Bookifier?
What is Magic Bookifier?
Well, I know what it is.
Well, then why don't you just tell people instead of trying to pimp me out or something like that? Just tell people. You want to? All
right. I was trying
you want to put it out there.
Flow.
Just do it.
It's a natural flow of things. Jay Trinidad says preset stations are a smart idea. Thanks. You're welcome, Jay Trinidad. It's so obvious, but not obvious. And Plumstone says, "Thanks, Rachel." Heart emoji, or actually heart emoticon. Heart to you too, Plumstone. Yeah. So Magic Bookifier is one of our brands, and you can go on there. And it is AI powered. We built the software, and you can put in a title. You can.
Sorry, your definition is getting funny. That's all.
All right. You can put in titles, audio, so much more, and it will give you a draft of nonfiction.
Great job. Great job. Great job. Everybody understands exactly what it does from that description. What a great job.
We'll go to magicbookifier.ai and sign up, get some credits, and test it out for yourself, because it is so powerful. You can make memoirs, turn podcasts into books, and a lot more. Yeah,
you can do a lot with it. I'm actually really excited about it right now because of the when we just added the ability to stick to whatever outline you put in, because then I was able to make a very silly book about Superman and physics, but I'm going to make a lot of interesting and or silly things, I think, with this software.
Because you're
really happy about it. All right, everybody, that is it for now. Thanks for tuning in to the Arts Academy podcast. We will see you again. We're going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about producing a nonfiction book next, coming up, because producing a fiction book next, because that is coming up, because once the fiction writer is all built, one of the things that I want to do is actually use it to actually finish a book. So let's go.
Yes. Yeah, let's go. And you mentioned Bookifier or fiction writer right there. Fiction writer, right?
Yes, I did mention Magic Fiction Writer.
Yes. So if you don't know what Magic Fiction Writer is,
oh, another explanation coming from here we go.
It's our sister software to Magic Bookifier. You can go to magicfictionwriter.com. Similar to Bookifier, you can input a title, make characters and worlds, and put in like a summary of what, like a description of what you want your story to be about, tell it how many chapters you want, and approve it, and it will give you a draft of a fiction story. So Bookifier is nonfiction, fiction writer is fiction, and it's pretty cool. Check that out at magicfictionwriter.com. Sign up, get credits every day. And Jay Trinidad says, you guys are too funny. Chemistry, ellipses. Thanks, Jay Trinidad. I am very funny. And then Plumstone says...
by the way, chemistry doesn't always mean positive, by the way. There's also negative chemical reactions.
That is true. But you know what? If we had negative chemistry, I don't think we would still be working together after all this time. Or be friends even. And then Plumstone says, thanks, Rachel and Victor. You are very welcome, Plumstone. I'm so glad you're back. The Victory Edit trophy emoji says, why can't I comment? You did. You commented. Congratulations. ABTWT, welcome back, ABTWT. So glad to see you back. Says, hello, everyone, and the chat. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you too. And then finally, Jay Trinidad says, positive exclamation point ×3. And that is referring to chemistry when you said that sometimes chemistry can be negative. But Jay Trinidad says it's positive. So thank you, Jay Trinidad, for that validation. So thanks everybody for coming. I love you so much. Check us out at the URL that is in the scrolling banner. I know it's a tiny URL and that can seem a little bit sketchy. I get it. We're going to have a better, shorter version of the very long URL soon. We are going to have our Arts Academy newsletter, which already exists, but we are revamping it. It's going to be bigger, better. Sign up. It's free. And it's going to be awesome.
Awesome. All right. That's it.
Bye, everyone. I love you.